Hey guys, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys. If you want me to answer your worship keys questions with priority, or you have a request for any worship song that you want me to do up a tutorial or a cover video of, and if you want to stand a chance to be an Inspired Keys Academy scholar, then be sure to check out patreon.com/inspiredkeys. I'll see you there and enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys, and today I'd like to teach about the topic of inventing riffs during free worship improvisation. So we know that in certain styles of worship, there might be sections that are repeated a lot of times. And you know, when you play the same thing the same way, it really does get very boring. So one of the ways to create more interest is to sort of invent or create riffs as you go along. And we're not talking about like copying the riffs in a song, or I mean, there are many awesome riffs that are in songs nowadays, but you can also easily create your own as you go. So in this video, I'm just going to show you a few ways you can do it. You might find it's extremely hard if you feel like you struggle with improvisation, but it really does get better with practice. So here we go. Riffs really create a lot of musical interest, and it also creates a different kind of texture. So for example, you have something like, right? Maybe this is during the bridge section of Hillsong's What a Beautiful Name. So you might have, death could not hold you, the veil tore before you, the silence above, softened and grave. Right? So I'm just creating a riff on my right hand, and then that riff is a tune on its own, and it's pitted against another melody or tune, which is death could not hold you. So that becomes musically very interesting compared to if it was just death could not hold you, veil tore before you, the silence above. So what I'm doing this time is that my hands are pretty much just playing the chords. And what I often find is when people are in a band, this job is pretty much done by someone else, predominantly the acoustic guitarist or the electric guitarist. So if they're already doing that, then you don't have to play because they're already doing it. So I do find that when appropriate, it might be more interesting for the keyboardist to play things like maybe that riff isn't so appropriate immediately because it's a bit too much movement suddenly, but if you've repeated the section a few times, then it might be rhythmically more interesting, you know, with more intensity. It's also there's more tension, it's more exciting. You might even free up your hands so that you can play with both hands while the rest of the band goes. Right? They're comping with the chords, so you don't have to comp with them because it's not the best use of resources. There are so many instruments and everyone can contribute an interesting layer. You do want to pay attention to the electric guitarist though, because electric guitarists might be in charge of creating riffs, and maybe you guys didn't talk about it and you're just like playing it, right? And then your electric guitarist is playing a riff. Be sure not to conflict against that. Maybe the electric guitarist is doing, then you don't want to like end up having two kind of conflicting riffs, like just competing for attention. Like that's probably a little bit too much going on. I mean, you should use your ears to determine if it is appropriate. So you want to start thinking like a music arranger. So I really hope you'll give riffs a try. If you're a worship keyboardist and you might feel like, oh, you're so bored with the usual way of playing, inventing and creating riffs is, I don't know, like I just love doing it. And I do get very bored very quickly. So whenever we repeat something a lot, I find like, oh, I'm just gonna keep thinking of a million kinds of riffs, and it's just so fun. So I hope you get the hang of it as well. It really contributes a lot more in terms of what a worship keyboard can contribute to the context of a worship band, especially if everyone else is already playing the same stuff. You don't want to play the same as them just because, you know, we have the liberty of so many keys up here. So you should really just leverage on that and just create interesting ideas on top of what they're already playing. I hope this video helped. If it was interesting to you, if you learned something, please help this video rank higher on YouTube by by liking it, subscribing to the Inspired Keyboardist YouTube channel, as well as to share it on social media or with your friends or in your own worship team. Also, leave a comment below to let me know what else you want to learn from the Inspired Keyboardist YouTube channel, or maybe if there are some riffs that you'd like to show, I'd love to see it on the Inspired Keyboardist Facebook group as well. There are instructions below to show you how to join it. Also, if you want to fast track your worship keys playing, then the Inspired Keys Academy is for you. It's a membership site with a lot of videos, teaching videos about a variety of worship keys topics, and you can learn at your own pace, but you get step-by-step guide. You can even ask questions so that you can get your unique questions answered. To find out more about the Inspired Keys Academy so that you can play confidently and skillfully as a worship keyboardist, you can find out more at inspiredkeys.com/join, and I can help you become a better worship keys player. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. God bless and happy playing.